Hello, YouTube. If anybody thinks that I'm exaggerating about continuing to be banned, talking about the Norfolk Southern disaster in East Palestine, all you have to do is hang out in my TikTok lives. If you get the chance, I am only unbanned for an hour or two at a time. I went live 3 times today and I just got banned again. 11 bans talking about the Norfolk Southern disaster in East Palestine. So if anybody thinks somehow I am exaggerating it, I'm starting to pile up quite a list of witnesses to this effect. So yeah, when we talk about cover-up, the thing that I've been talking about a lot in the past couple of days is something that I predicted, and it's still wild to watch, even though I predicted it not even 2 weeks into this coverage, said what was going to start happening was the real cover-up was going to start. Once you get the mainstream media actually involved in reporting on this story, you were going to see the real cover-up. And here we are. We had people at the beginning of the crisis who what was really happening were reporting on a story that was moving too slow for them. Hello, Sherry. I swear to God, it is so crazy. You want to feel, you want to do this adult thing of being like, I'm paranoid. There's no way they're paying attention to me. Well, if you understand the tools that they have at their disposal, even the things that you could access as a consumer to suppress people online, unfortunately, it's not paranoid. But yeah, they really don't want you talking about it. And there are a couple of specific things that they really don't want you talking about. But it's just... It just is a continuing, I'm trying to think of the good word, just the gaslighting, just existing in this weird alternate reality where you just want to tell everybody, like, you guys, the cover-up had barely started. It wasn't a cover-up at the spot that TikTok creators were building big platforms overnight talking about the cover-up. That wasn't the cover-up. That was just the life cycle of a story like this. That was just people finding out what was actually going on. Now we're into the guts of the cover-up. Now it's a legitimate cover-up, no question, and now nobody's talking about it. I wonder why. Almost like now it's a cover-up. So the people that everybody trusts to talk about it on TikTok, like, they're not talking about it. And people that are talking about Norfolk Southern are talking about Norfolk Southern in no way that is damning, no way that is getting Norfolk Southern in any extra trouble than they were already in with anybody. And there are people like me over here going, guys, in my lives, if you're hanging out in my lives on TikTok, I have people that live in East Palestine that are coming in and telling people like, yep, they've moved it. They've given us temporary housing. They've gotten people out that are in the immediate area. Are you seeing that reported anywhere? No. Like, that was big news. People were evacuated from East Palestine. Now people have been evacuated from East Palestine again, and nobody's talking about it. It's freaking wild. Wild. I'm trying to scrape together food to feed baby mama, and she doesn't eat anything. She's like a friggin' bird person. So yeah, the cover, it's like, when it was not really a cover-up, everybody wanted to talk about how it was a cover-up. Now that it is transparently, crazily a cover-up, nobody wants to talk about it. And I'm just like, now that we know, like, when we could speculate about vinyl chloride being there, then everybody wanted to be like, ooh, vinyl chloride might be there. Now we know vinyl chloride is there. Now we know that a continuing plume of vinyl chloride from East Palestine into Leslie Run, which connects to Little Beaver Creek and to the Ohio River, is a continuing concern. And we know that now, and nobody's talking about it. Like, you're not seeing it anywhere. Now the cover-up is nothing to worry about. Like, oh my God. It is not good for one's mental health. Let me say that. It is not, man. I gotta be careful how I bend over. This shirt makes me look thicker than I am. I'm height weight proportionate. Be forgiving. Anyway, so yes, and again, 11, Angus, 11. Meta was in there for this one. Meta and Left both saw 11. What in the freaking... Thank you, Donna. I appreciate you. I told you, Donna, did I not tell people if you subscribed on my YouTube, I was accessible on my YouTube? I've been over here talking. I've talked to you multiple times. Yeah, Angus, I can't stand it. I'm losing my, so I'm going live tomorrow over here. I need to look into how to add mods, Angus. I got to do that stuff. Although it doesn't seem like as big an issue over here. And I know why that is, because you actually have to be attached to your real Google accounts over here to do anything, which as much as I hate to like that, it does mean trolls are less on my shiz over here. So it's hard to argue with. But I'm going to do what I probably should have done this whole time and just go live and watch the Aaron Brockovich town hall with people tomorrow night at 6 p.m. So that is a thing to definitely be here for. The last two town halls that they've done, I've made the mistake of thinking, oh, I already know what they're going to say. And both times they've had updates that are scarier and important. So I'm excited to see what we hear tomorrow night. Sorry, as ever, you're balanced on 222. Yeah, hey Willow, how's it going? Y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta quit with the different. This is like friendly, like librarian advice. I promise. Y'all gotta have consistent usernames across platforms. I'm just telling you. That's you. You can do what you like, but this is information, science, wisdom I'm giving you right here. I'm trying to get you to balance on the. Come on, be nice to me, stupid phone charger. What's my battery at? Oh, that's okay. Anyway. Again, you guys can do what you want. It's just advice as far as brand and presentation and consistency. Like I'm not admonishing. I'm just giving you free what I wasted money on a master's degree for advice, you know? And I'm not even obviously magical at it. I could have a much larger platform. It sketches me out, and when I have these, it depends on what you want out of it. I'm telling you, people can believe me or not, multiple times as my platform has been exploding, I have yanked videos and made videos private, not just in the case of the East Palestine videos, but if you want to have more of a voice, as I have discovered I do, I didn't think that I did, but now that I actually am starting to be not terrible at it, I don't think I mind this idea of actually doing it on the real. So that's why I'm the Ronin librarian across everything. And I recommend, depending on what you want out of it, other people consider doing that too. Hi. Yes, thank you. I have a witness. That was number 11. I'm definitely not exaggerating it. They keep banning me talking about it. Like, if you didn't, oh my God, it's bad. It's bad. We still have not found out the worst things about this story. I promise you that. I promise. The way this thing has well, Angus, I know you know that I'm not I would assume that you would not think that I was exaggerating that. But at this point, I've had so many people be in lives when it happens. Man, Emily, it is something. I'm going to be really honest with you guys. This is going to sound whiny, and I'm not saying this from a woe is me place. I'm saying this just from an interested information science place. I probably need therapy from this effect of talking about this thing that these bigger powers want us not to be talking about, and the constant suppression, the cognitive dissonance, the like unbidden cognitive dissonance. It like what it does to you is crazy. It's nuts. I didn't block you, Donna. I mean, it doesn't, as it turns out, it doesn't matter. What's your username? People say that to me. I'll go unblock you, but you can see I'm over here talking. Hold on just one sec. I need to go cut vegetables from something. See, this is why I should leave white noise playing. I swear to God, y'all, grow aromatics in your windows. You don't know how much that will work out when you do that. I was disheartened because I was like, I couldn't get tomatoes and stuff to work in the windows. Cilantro and chives and green onions. You'd be surprised how many times you're like, I don't know what to make, but I got olive oil and garlic cloves. I got garlic chives growing. They're called garlic chives. They're Chinese plant that tastes like garlic, but they're chives. Just exciting when that shit works out. But yeah, I'm not like, yeah, it's no joke. The constant banning and censoring. It is completely no exaggeration. Sadly, I wish that it was. Yeah, elephant garlic. You know what I'm saying about the therapy though? I'm not saying that to be dramatic. I'm trying to explain literally like this effect of constantly not being able to talk about this and just like looking at the story and seeing the real story that is available, and I'm not even having to dig. It's not like I'm running around like hacking key card panels for talking about East Palestine. Yes, V. Oh, you mean what is the thing they're saying? Hate speech. They keep getting me, they've gotten me for hate speech and bullying. One time they got me for an integrity violation, or 2 times they got me for integrity violations when I was literally quoting, and they've got me for, last time they got me for hate speech. And there are people who were in that, live. If you were just in that live when I got banned for hate speech. That's what they got Luke for too. Yeah, they don't care, and I can't prove it. I can't prove that I didn't do anything wrong because magically those lives, they technical difficulties. Oh, we're sorry, you can't download those. So I do need to unfortunately go download all of those lives off of TikTok and put them on YouTube. I don't know if I'm going to get around to doing that. People have asked, right? Man, I get them so often, Willow. I like Bratty Willow better. The Bratty nerd thing it's a vibe. It's just a little done. Willow works better. I don't even know. Yes, it happened just now, like half an hour ago. I don't know how long I'm banned for. I don't care. I am building this platform There's a lot that I like better about YouTube already. And I like that I'm getting to the point where it's like, hey, guess what? I am not somebody with a TikTok account. You know what I mean? And I've tried to tell people that for months, and I wish I would have taken my own advice and I would have listened earlier, because obviously I can build this platform if I bother. But there are people who are just people with TikTok accounts, and they're going to find out the real value of that when TikTok is interrupted for them. And I am not just someone with a TikTok account. Now I am legitimate social media shiz, because here I am, you know. Anyway, so I'm trying to have a good attitude. I like Bratty Willow better than the Bratty Nerd. I think Bratty Willow has a little more of it's a little less generic. You know what I mean? That's just my librarian 2 cents. So what? Sauteed bell pepper and garlic and chives and cilantro. That's a vibe, right? Throw that shit over some rice. That's good. That's good type 1 diabetic food, right? Man, I love Will-O-the-Wisps. I have a couple of books. I like writing middle grade crap because I have a million children, and I like writing middle grade scary things because I like scary things. And I have a whole monster universe with its own mechanics and stuff, and I love Will-O-the-Wisps. Sorry for that digression. I friggin' ghosts and Will-O-the-Wisps and shit. I love Bratty Will-O-the-Wisp. That is, man, go back to that. I'm a fan. Why did you quit that? That's dope. That's a vibe. That's a good username right there. I'm into that. That's memorable and evocative. I approve. I recommend. Wow, I guess you don't really need to saute chives that much. I mean, you just gotta space it. Just make it as a line. Or the Bratty Will-O-the-Wisp, you know? Like, I like it. Somebody else back me up. Nuked your Reddit. That's not good. What'd you do? I don't know. Now I'm sus. Why couldn't you behave yourself on Reddit? I'm just kidding. Yeah, see? Bratty Will-O-the-Wisp? That's cool. That's a thing. That's a character, you know? I think anyway. Okay, real quick. Other grown-ups. If I'm just warming up some sauteed bell peppers and some chives and some cilantro, what can I put in this to make it like a sauce real fast? Sour cream, maybe? Would that work? If I just put more, if I just make it too oily, that won't work, right? I'm trying to think of what to meaty this up with. I need suggestions, people. What makes brown gravy? Yeah, but I can't. I can't put flour in it. We got that whole type 1 diabetes thing. I got to do not carbs. I don't have any cornstarch around, I don't think. I think we might just do sour cream. That's not going to be bad, right? If I just throw sour cream in it and toss it, garlic, cilantro, peppers, and chives, what could be bad about that? That sounds good, right? And sour cream. I'm thinking right? I think that sounds delicious. I'm just trying to put some calories on this woman. You guys have seen her. She is not large. It's harder to get her to eat than it is to get the fucking toddlers to eat. Right? That's what I think. We'll try. Watch. She's going to come in and hate it. I'm just not going to add anything to it. I'm just going to saute these veggies and then let her do her own damn thing with it. Try to cook for the girl. But yes, Donna, yeah, they are like they're gonna get right away with it too. Is the thing that's so infuriating, and being close to it is just I can't like I'm not kidding about that therapy thing. I'm not gonna do it. I should do it. Ain't nobody got time or fundage for that. But thank you for subscribing to my YouTube because it makes it more likely that I will be able to. I mean. Quail egg. Oh yeah, but that's Diablo sauce on them. I'm about to eat those. Yes, you're not wrong about that. That's a good idea. No, you've cracked it. That's it. That was the suggestion. That wins. It's not going to be a quail egg. It's going to be a chicken egg. I'll do a yay. Da da da. Nice save. I'm just gonna scramble some eggs in that shit real quick. That'll go. Scrambled it, man. It's y'all between the cilantro and the garlic and man, it is smelling. Oh. But now I'm kind of in a race against time because I'm afraid I'm burning things. But yeah, scramble some eggs. That's looking sexy now. Scrambled eggs. Good suggestion. Teamwork. Crowdsourced dinner. I actually, Angus, I was going to do that beer fast thing. I looked into that, dude. I don't drink, but I remembered this dude who did a beer fast, and I looked into it. Do you guys remember that guy? He was in the news a couple years ago, a few years back now. It was like in 2015 or 16, I think. The dude who did the beer fast for Lent. Oh, is that door locked? You look so plaintive and sad out here. I have food for you.
Oh, I ate at like 3, weirdly. So
Why did you do that?
So I'll eat.
These nice people on YouTube just helped me come up with what to feed you, and you ate already?
Oh no, what did you come up with to feed me?
Good food.
It smells really good.
Yeah. NBD.
I will definitely eat it.
Do you understand how many people would like jump at the chance to have a bespoke Ronin librarian prepared meal, and she walks in here like, I already ate.
I do want to.
Look at this. It's.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Looks amazing.
Yeah. And there's rice.
Oh, okay.
Arroz. Because always. I know they do. They ran and I just let them. What did I miss? Look at that. Tell me that doesn't, but she ate already. Right? Nothing to be sad about there. About to hit it with the old pepper grinder. And the Aldi pink Himalayan salt when you want to be bougie and poor at the same time. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm about to eat it out from under her, honestly. She's too good for my food. Well, sorry. I'll eat it. I'm kidding. I'm not eating it. I'm eating lentils that were also delicious. Yes, I love Aldi. I don't give a shit about the pink Himalayan salt. I did not buy that. She bought that. She should never be allowed near the kitchen or the groceries. God bless her. I love her more than anything, but she is just about useless in the kitchen region. She's brilliant at many other things. Like, I seriously don't deserve her. I want to be super clear about that point. While it sounds like I'm over here dragging her, but of the many things that she is brilliant at, anything to do with the kitchen is not one. I take that back. She'll make a great salad. She makes a great salad, but otherwise, keep her out of here. She'll make you crazy with the dishes. I would almost rather just hit myself in the face with the dishes than let her put them away because it just wrecks everything. Not my autism. But anyway, yes. So East Palestine. Woof. Donna, I wish that I felt confident that all we're still talking about is just what a corporation is doing to a town. I don't feel that confidence at all. I wish that I did, but I don't. I still think this is something that we're gonna. I don't want to believe that this is something that we're gonna find out affects vastly more people than just the citizens of East Palestine. I am more confident with each passing day we are going to find out that it affects way more people than just the people of East Palestine. That sucks. I'm not excited about that, but I'm trying to prepare myself for that reality. Yeah. I just think, like I've said from the beginning, people are waiting for the leadership to 1 mile. Yes, Willow, 1 mile. When you understand and this is why, watch the town halls, they are going to have to evacuate farther than that mile. They're literally in a race right now. Right. And they're playing this game of thinking that if they evacuate that mile, they're going to be able to stop the spread of the vinyl chloride. Right? They're wrong. They're playing this game of not trying to, no, Luke is inside that 1 mile mark. Did he say that he was barely outside that 1 mile? There's no way he's outside that 1 mile mark. I stood at ground zero and could see Luke's front porch with my eyeballs. Like he's right. I would have to say, there's no way he's even half a mile from the tracks. He may be half a mile from the tracks, but I'm not exaggerating when I say, that's his mom's house is on the edge. His mom's house is on the edge. His house, his apartment is right downtown. Like he's right downtown East Palestine. And you can see in one of the videos where I'm showing the burned out train cars, you can literally see the building that his apartment is in the distance behind the train cars. So that's why one of the reasons that I've assumed Luke, we haven't been hearing much from Luke in the past couple days because, again, I presume that he would have been. Yeah, Donna, I would think so. Yeah, I said that a while ago. I took those videos down because they were getting me bunches of anti-Semitic conspiracy theorists. But I literally, from what I have looked into, I cannot see how it could not possibly. I can't see any way it couldn't be in the ocean at this point. I cannot get my head around how that is even possible. I'm checking. I'm trying to let this get to the half-hour mark. You guys explain this to me. I'm surprised. People are actually watching my recorded lives, and they're long, and there are people that are watching them for a long time. I'm surprised by that. I don't see how the plume could not have reached the ocean. Did they say that was not from the town hall? That is what they'll say tomorrow. Tomorrow at 6 p.m., expect that to be included in the updates. That happened last Friday, and that happened very quietly. We started hearing about that from the helpline that people from East Palestine have to call, like the Norfolk Southern Disaster Helpline. That's where that first started to get out. And now some of my followers that are in East Palestine have confirmed that and unpacked that a little more. They get $500 a week per member of the household. Every member of the household gets $500 a week. They get it on a debit card. And if they go over that, they ask and they get given more money. And we'll see. They're calling it temporary relocation. I am not hopeful about that at all. I anticipate those people are going to, yes, some help. I'm telling you, I am pretty confident what we're going to see is that radius is going to be widened, and over time, those people are going to find out in stages that they're not going back, depending on how close to the tracks they are. And I think a lot of people are going to not want to go back. What is going to be necessary? Yeah, what's going to be necessary to get that stuff out of there now because of what they did to begin with? They let it spread. They let it get all through the soil. They let it get in the wells. There's no amount of money they could throw at it at this point to make the cleanup quick. Reality is just reality. Living in Ohio, something that is, correct, Angus, correct. They made it worse for a while. I don't know that I'm not sure that they're not continuing to make it worse. But leaving it in the water, leaving the water running, instead of diverting Sulphur Run around town, which is what they should have scrambled to do, and we have the engineering and technology to do, letting the water continue to run was a mistake that I think we'll be talking about for decades. I think that will be relevant after I'm dead, honestly. But random digression, one of the things about living in Ohio is we have some of the largest indigenous earthworks. In fact, I think we have the largest indigenous earthworks still standing in North America. We've got Serpent Mound and the Octagon Mound that is actually only like half an hour away from me, and I passed it on the way to East Palestine. And when you go and when you visit and Mound City, I've gone to all of them at points. And when you go and read the signs, I mean, they're impressive, but they're only impressive contextually, right? Because they're dirt mounds, and you don't really realize what is impressive about them unless you have the context explained to you. And it always sticks out to me reading the signs, at each different mound. You walk around this place, and it explains how they were made. And it always blows me away that archaeology has told us that these mounds took hundreds and in some cases thousands of years for people to construct. And you just really don't realize that even to this day, and you're like, thousands of years? Why couldn't they have just gotten a bunch of people working together with shovels? How long could it really take to move dirt? And even at our current level of technology, earth moving is no joke. And when you are talking about earth moving and in an entire town, getting rid, it's like, yes, people do it. I also happen to live right near where new enormous Google and DeWalt and Amazon and Intel plants are going in. So it's like they definitely can strip something down to like desert, but they do that at the cost of billions of dollars. And theoretically, they wouldn't be doing that in East Palestine. They would be going in between buildings. But you're talking about scraping off all of the dirt from all of the immediate downtown area of East Palestine. I don't care what billions of dollars they dumped on it. It's just going to take the time that it's going to take. And it's not going to be a thing where people are gotten out of their houses for a few weeks and, we've got the problem solved. And then they get put back in their houses. There's just no way. There's just no way. Like, we're talking excavators and bulldozers and shit coming in and getting all of the dirt and getting it out of there. And there are just physical realities to that I don't see how there are not some people right now that have been displaced that maybe don't realize that displacement is not ever going to be changed. Well, that's a whole other thing that I don't talk about, just because the political leverage of that topic is something that I cannot control, and I don't want to be one of the people that contributed to like, where's it going? What are they doing? They're taking the dirt to the wrong place. And then, they halt where the dirt is going, and then people are like, the Roman librarian was one of those people that was, so it's every little bit of this is something that we can just analyze to hell and gone, right? that they're moving people. It's great that people are getting help. It's not enough help. They need gotten out. They need all gotten out. That is a large amount of them. Like the mile radius, that is a big area. They need all gotten out. And now we need to pressure them to not be giving them these weekly payments. They need to just be cutting people $100,000 checks. They need to be giving people the ability to truly get the fuck out and not just be staying. They need to be giving people that liquidity instead of trying to keep people in motels and hotels that are nearby but not in the affected area, because we're going to find out way more of the area than anybody wanted to deal with was affected, and these people need to be able to unplug and move on. Oh, that's just relocation, Willow. That's just the short-term get them out of there. That is not my number. That is OSHA regulations. They should be given $100,000 relocation and then renegotiate the balance later. And Emily, yeah, a thing that I've talked about is like, what I think people don't understand is, unfortunately, that town is unlivable regardless. And that's a thing that we're not really considering, that it's like whatever ends up happening, that town is unlivable. The value of people's property just went like that. And that sounds like depending on who you're talking to, people are very dismissive of that, but people's intergenerational wealth just got nuked and they had nothing to do with it. A corporation just decided, everything that you built up, everything that your family has built up, the value is just gone. And that's going to be the case for a long time. That's the way information works, unfortunately. Like, there is not going to be some magic waving of the wand where it's like, hey, guess what? Everything's healthy there. That's not the way that information travels. That's not the way that public perception works. The impact of this, even if everything turns out to be okay, is going to last for decades. So yes, even if everything's cool, it's safe to say that town is unlivable. Unfortunately, everything is not cool, so it's definitely unlivable. But baby mama just came in here with a poopy toddler, and I am going to go eat dinner. I appreciate you guys hanging out. Remember that I will be in here watching that Aaron Brockovich town hall. It probably is, Willow. It probably is. And that was the big red flag for me with Nick, was that people scrambling to be responsible and not spread hysteria. It was like, what are you, how is your rhetoric being leveraged? It's not a Chernobyl event. Okay, maybe it's not, but how many degrees removed is it from something like Chernobyl? Not as many as you would think. And in the end, are you really helping everybody by making sure to establish that it's not a Chernobyl event? I'm not positive that you are. And that was one of my first alarm moments when he said that. I'm like, I don't know that we need to be running to tell everybody that it's a Chernobyl event, but I also am not sure that the thing we need to do is be rushing to calm everybody. And I think he had that effect. And now that he's talking about the money that I continue to pay attention to Nick. If you want to see the cover up, continue to pay attention to Nick. I keep reminding everybody, it won't look like what you think it will look like. It will look like somebody that's talking about the subject, but they're not saying anything that is useful to organizing or activism or helping the people of East Palestine, and that's what he's doing now. So it's like that Chernobyl thing really bothered me a lot. Because when you say to people, that's just the way that we work, when you're like, it's not a Chernobyl level event. People that were on high alert didn't go from high alert to medium. People that were on extreme DEFCON 5 did not hear it's not a Chernobyl event and go from DEFCON 5 to DEFCON 4.5. People heard it's not a Chernobyl event and they went from DEFCON 5 to maybe low yellow at best, maybe green. You know what I mean? People chilled right out. And you saw that chilling effect in what he did, calling it not a Chernobyl level event, saying there wouldn't be vinyl chloride there, seeming to still be concerned about it. But look at how his whole thing just really tamped down people's excitement over it. And I don't think that was what we needed. Whether he, however he got to that point, whether he's corrupt or whether he's just careless and chasing clout, which I don't know. I can't call it at this point. I honestly cannot. Either way, I don't think ultimately, on balance, he's done anybody any good.
There you go.
But anyway, okay. At the 40-minute mark, while I can go hang out with baby mama, I'm gonna, guys, be in here tomorrow night for the Aaron Brockovich Live. I anticipate we will have a lot of faces in here. Thank you for being here. I really do. I am excited about YouTube versus TikTok, and I'm excited to see you guys. So I just heard a thump. So I probably will not be in here between now and tomorrow, but I will be here at 6 p.m. tomorrow. Thank you guys for hanging out. I will see you later.
Do I sit?